Yeah, so lab 4. First, we're going to create a mobile view. So in the data file or in the Power BI uh, DIAD folder that we've sent you, navigate to the DIAD reports folder. And click on DIAD final report unless you already have your report from yesterday and you'd like to upload that, that's fine as well. But if you don't, you can just use the final report from the reports folder. Right click on the market share tab here, and we're going to duplicate the page. And then on this page for market share, let's change the color of this of the title to white, and let's leave it, this duplicate of market share, let's leave it as black. I've already duplicated it before. So we're going to leave this one black. The reason being is that black color is going to show up a little bit better on that mobile app. So in order to get to the mobile view, we're going to click View at the top of the ribbon, and then we're going to click Phone Layout here, or Mobile Layout. Seems I already edited it, so we will redo this from start. And based on the page that you have selected, you'll see visualizations on the right. So if I navigate to here, this first market share, you'll see that white. What if I navigate to here, you'll see that the text box is black. So first, let's drag in that title that we just changed. So you can just drag it in. You can scroll up and down like a phone. And then you can resize as needed. Click on the View tab and, or sorry, never mind. Then from there, let's drag the percentage of market share into that as well. And let's also grab that growth by manufacturing. Now, if you don't have these ones because you're not using the final solution, but using your own, you can drag in some of the visualizations that you've created. No big deal. We're just going to publish it. This is kind of just for the sake of showing you what we're doing. And finally, let's drag, we can drag that year by manufacturer. So the year one that we had as a bar chart before. And finally, we can drag the map in as well. So all these visualizations you can make in your report, drag them in. If you have different visualizations, it's not a big deal. But that's it for mobile view, pretty easy. You just line it up and set it up here. Any questions so far? Alrighty. Now we're going to go to publishing in the Power BI service. You would now leverage a report authored by using Power BI Desktop to create a dashboard for the Van Arsdale data analysis team in CMO. A Power BI desktop file with additional reports and visuals is provided. Please use this file for the next section of the lab. Again, you can use your file that we've been working on if you want to be proud of your work. That's fine too. So if you have not already signed up for a Power BI account, go to this link here. I'll provide it in the text and go ahead and sign up for a Power BI account. And if you've not already opened app.powerbi.com, please go to your browser and type in app.powerbi.com. So here, can you guys see my screen? App.powerbi.com, and it should navigate here. You might have to log in and go ahead and do that. Now, if you have previously signed into Power BI, then your home screen will list your favorites plus frequent, recent reports and dashboards. So over here, you'll see your favorite and your recents if you've been working on stuff before. In the left navigation is collapsed. You can click the three little lines menu icon below the Power BI on the top left side of the screen to expand the left navigation. The following options are listed in the left navigation. Home. This is a one-stop shop for all your content. It lists your favorite and recent content, such as reports, dashboards, and apps. It also shows the most recent content that was shared with you. Favorites lists all of your favorite content. We will create a favorites in a later section. Recent lists the most recent content you have viewed. Apps lists all of the apps that you have installed. Shared with me lists the content that is shared with you. We will share dashboards in a later section. And workspaces lists all the workspaces you are assigned. By default, you're assigned to My Workspace. Click the down arrow next to My Workspace. And notice the Dashboard, Reports, Workbooks, and Datasets section. Let's import a Power BI desktop file and create dashboards. My Workspace is your personal workspace. We need to create a workspace where we can collaborate with team members and distribute content to end users. To do this, we'll create a new workspace. In the left panel, click the workspaces, and then click Create a Workspace. The Workspace dialog box opens. Creating a workspace is a pro feature. If you do not have a pro license, please choose the trial option. If the workspace in the Create a Workspace dialog box, click Upload. Oops. And then a file browser dialog box opens. Browse the DIAD folder and then the data folder. So, training, DIAD, data, and we're going to import that Van Arsdale WS logo for workspace, and so that we can get the logo to show up for our workspace image. In the name your workspace text area, let's call this DIAD _ your email address. I think I already created one, so I'll just navigate to mine once we get there. In the description text area, type "this is DIAD workspace." After you're done, go ahead and click Save. So I'm just going to kind of go to the one that I had created earlier. You can check that. I think that's old. But if you happen to have an old version of Power BI, there should be some ellipses, and there should be a little check that you can turn on the new look. But I do believe at this point, especially if you're creating it now, you should already have the new look pre-established in Power BI. Notice that you have navigated from My Workspace to the workspace that you just created. You're in the welcome screen with options to discover or create content. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of remove these so we can go through it together. We've published in the app. Then onto here, let's unpublish app. All right, so let's go through it together. Add content has options to connect files, databases, and data flows. There are two options to publish the Power BI desktop report we created. The Get option under Files and the Publish from Power BI Desktop. Let's do it the Publish from Power BI Desktop option. Let's publish the report to the Power BI service, then we will come back to the browser. So navigate back to the Power BI desktop file that we were creating. Let's close out of mobile view. So go to View, and then just click Mobile Layout, and it'll go back. From the Home tab, click Publish. You may need to save, that's okay. Then you might need to sign in. As you can see, this is not the workspace I'm looking for. Well, I recognize it. This is one of my client's workspaces. So what I'll need to do is I'll need to sign out here. I'll need to sign into my account. May take a second. My Power BI lags out. But either way, you're going to, oh, there we go. So once you sign into your account, you're going to click File or Home and then Publish. Another way to do this is you can do File and then Publish. Both work. But it's going to pull up all of the workspaces that you are a part of. In this case, we're going to do this, the one that we just created, and then it's going to start uploading. So let's let that kind of run. It might take a second. Click Got It when it's done. When you're finished, let's navigate back to Power BI, the service, and let's go back to that workspace now. And you'll see it says your data set is ready. So now we can see our report. If we go ahead and click it, we can see our report actually shows up in the Power BI service. And all of the interactive effects are possible as well. So now that we've created a dashboard from the market share report, or now that we've uploaded our report, let's create a dashboard. In this section, we'll create a dashboard that combines data for the market share report. By the end of this section, we'll create a dashboard that looks, it'll be about 7 different, it'll be about 7 tiles and fill up the whole screen. And it'll share both the logo and a lot of the visualizations that we've used before. So from the left menu, click Reports and then click on the DIAD Final Report. So here, and then again, we can go to Content, and we'll go DIAD Final Report. In the map visual, enable drill down by hovering over the visual. Let's click Australia. And this is going to drill down to the different states in Australia that we've been doing before. Now let's pin visuals to the dashboard. Hover over the Van Arsdale market share and click on the pin icon on the top right of the visual. We do not have a dashboard yet, so let's create one. Let's call this Van Arsdale. Then click pin. Notice that under the dashboard section, a Van Arsdale dashboard has been created. If we click it, we will navigate to the dashboard. Now, if we click on this market share tab, it'll navigate back to the report from which we pinned. So let's pin a few others to our new dashboard. Let's hover over the percent growth by manufacturer visual. Let's also pin this. But instead of new dashboard, let's do existing dashboard. Huh? What happened there? Our dashboard disappeared. There we go. So we're going to do existing dashboard in Van Arsdale and go ahead and pin that. Let's close this. Let's pin a few others. Let's pin the revenue by manufacturer and year. Existing dashboard. Go ahead and pin that. Close out. Now let's navigate to the manufacturer page here. And from the top right corner, let's click on, sorry, someone's joining. Steven, I think could you mind turning off your mic? Thank you. So let's navigate to the manufacturer page. From the top right corner, click on the down arrow here. And notice that the manufacturer slicers display. So remember yesterday when we talked about buttons, this is an example of a button in Bookmark allowing you to pop out that slicer right there. Click on the Van Arsdale in the slicer, and this will filter the visual. From the top right corner, click the up arrow and notice that it'll disappear, but everything is still filtered by Van Arsdale. If we open this up again, it's still filtered. All right, so now that we've filtered by Van Arsdale, let's click on the gauge visual of the dashboard, and let's pin this. And for the revenue by country, let's also pin this. So then let's navigate to our Van Arsdale dashboard here. And notice that all of the visuals that we used are now, or that we pinned, are all here. So let's start organizing the dashboard. Let's make this a little bit smaller so it fits in here. And then maybe we can move this over here for now. So we can also do things such as adding titles or adding, text. So first, to do that, all you have to do is click the ellipses here. Oops, should be there. Edit and click Add Tile. And then let's click Image, Next. And then in the URL box, I'll put this in the chat for everyone to use. Go ahead and drop this URL into the URL content. And go ahead and click Apply. So we just added that image from that URL here. So let's rearrange the tiles such that it looks kind of like this. I'm going to drag this down here, drag this here. Just like so. Let's hover over the revenue by country tile. Click the ellipses in the top right corner of the tile and click the edit details. Let's change the title to Van Arsdale revenue and go ahead and click apply. Now that title will change for the card. Alrighty, now let's create a visual that represents market share by country. Notice on the top of the visual, there's an option to ask questions about your data. This is like a ask questions in the desktop. It's a smart service, essentially. In the text box, so from here, where is it? Here, sorry. So at the top of the dashboard, there's an ask questions about your data. So it's at the top there. And in the text box, let's start typing Van Arsdale market share. And it should kind of auto find it for you. If you press enter, notice that a visual is created. Let's type by country. Notice how that visual changes. Now we can even specify what kind we want. So as tree map, notice that a tree map visual is created. So once we've created the visual based on what we told it that we wanted, in the top right corner, click Pin Visual. And that pin dialog box will appear. Let's pin it to the Van Arsdale dashboard. Let's go to the dashboard. And then exit Q&A or go back to the dashboard and notice that the visual is now in the dashboard. However, if you click on this visual, because it didn't come on the report, it'll navigate back to Q&A. Power BI quickly searches different subsets of your data while applying a set of sophisticated algorithms to discover potentially interesting insights. You can run insights against a dataset or a dashboard tile. Let's generate insights on a dashboard tile. When we run insights on a dashboard tile, instead of searching for insights against an entire dataset, the search is narrowed to the data used to create a single dashboard tile. This is often referred to as scoped insights. Hover over the line chart on the dashboard. Click on the ellipses and click View Insights. You'll be navigated to focus mode for the line chart. This might take some time, but once it is loaded, we're going to scroll in the Insights panel to review the various insights Power BI can generate. Notice that there is an option to pin insights visuals to the dashboard. So, for example, Van Arsdale has noticeably more revenue. Van Arsdale accounts for the majority of revenue for category urban. There's no correlation between units and revenue. Let's click the Exit Focus Mode. We want to be notified when Van Arsdale's market share goes above or below a threshold. We can set up alerts to achieve this. Hover over the Van Arsdale market share tile. Click on the ellipses and then click on Manage Alerts. Then let's click the Add Alert rule. Notice that you can add above or below threshold. You can also set the notification frequency. This is just an introduction to managing alerts, so complete functionality is not covered in this lab. Click the cancel. So if it's above, say, 50%, it'll alert us, and we can check every 24 hours, or we can check even every hour if your data is updating that much. So for now, we're just going to click cancel and don't save. And let's click on the Van Arsdale market share tile to navigate back to the report. In the map visual, ensure it is at the country level and right-click the Australia bubble and click drill through and click by. So we're going to drill up from this, and instead of drilling down, we're going to do a drill through. So if we right-click and we click drill through, we'll see by manufacturer. Now, if you are using your own report, you'd have to set this up, and I can go over this if some of you are interested, but you can set up drill throughs. In this case, it's going to take the selection of Australia, and it's going to go down to the report where we set the drill through for. So if we look at the filters for all of these, we'll actually see that the country is Australia. Hover over the matrix visual, and let's click the focus mode. Or not spotlight, sorry. Focus mode is that arrow going out. And double click the down arrow to drill down. Oh, let's do the other one. Let's do that fork drill down. So now we're looking at Australia's segments as well as products. Right. All right. So similar to let's click back to report. Similar to Power BI Desktop, the Power BI service also has bookmarks. So from the top menu, we can click Show More Bookmarks, and you'll see all the various bookmarks that they've already built for us. Report bookmarks are bookmarks the report author created, so that's that personal bookmark. Sorry, report bookmarks are the bookmarks the report author created, so those are the show more bookmarks. And the personal bookmarks are the ones in which the consumer created on their own, so views that maybe they wanted to save. Let's click on the report bookmarks, open this up. And notice that you can do view similar to what we had before. And at the bottom, you'll have that navigation bar where you can toggle through the different bookmarks. Click the X to exit the bookmark pane to close it. Power BI also provides an option to get quick insights into the complete data set. So navigate back to the Power BI service, and in the left panel, let's hover over datasets and DIAD final report. And click the 3 ellipses next to it. Then let's click Get Quick Insights. And so now it's going to run that same insights engine that we used earlier, but over the entire data set as opposed to the report, or as opposed to a section on the report. After this loads, we're going to click View Insights. A quick insights report is displayed based on the data set. This provides insights into data you may have missed and helps you get a quick start on creating dashboards. Hovering over each report provides an option to pin it to the dashboard.